Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Diallo is 90% certain to leave Man United on loan in the coming weeks. Two clubs are interested. Fabrizio Romano has said that Basel and Crystal Palace have registered an interest in getting Diallo on loan. I also heard that Sheffield United have been interested in him. It's the right decision to loan Diallo out though, so he gets a lot more opportunities, plus he gains more experience. We got Diallo from Atlanta back in January. We got him in a deal worth £37 million. We paid £19 million up front. He's under contract with Man United until 2025. Obviously, Raphael Varane has got Diallo's number 19 shirt. Now, I want to delve into some more news on Jesse Lingard. So, Jesse Lingard is set to join West Ham on loan in this summer transfer window. That's according to the Premier League website. Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham last season, and he made a fantastic impact. Now, West Ham have received a huge boost in their pursuit of Lingard because Man United dropped the asking price for Lingard to 20 million. We did want 30 million. Stuart Pearce has come out and said that West Ham still want to sign Jesse Lingard, and he said he's a special lad. Fabrizio Romano's come out and said that West Ham will submit another bid for Lingard. Solskjaer has confirmed that Lingard remains in his first team plans. Lingard was omitted from the squad for the game against Leeds. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. Risen up our academy. He's made 133 appearances in the Premier League for Man United. With us, he's won the FA Cup, he's won the Charity Shield, he's won the EFL Cup, and he's won the Europa League. Don't forget, there was a period where Lingard went like a year without scoring a goal in the Premier League or registering an assist. To Lingard's credit though, he did well throughout pre-season. I think he scored in the 3-1 win against Burnley today in a friendly which was played behind closed doors. Lingard's had quite a few loan spells though. He had a loan spell with Leicester, Birmingham, Brighton, Derby and West Ham. Now, on my last video, I give you the news on Brandon Williams. Sky Sports News have come out and said that Norwich are in advanced talks to sign Brandon Williams until the end of the season. He could be at Norwich in the coming days. Brandon Williams has been a long-term target for Southampton and Newcastle. Brandon Williams provided cover for Luke Shaw and Alex Tellez at left back and Wan-Bissaka at right back, because obviously we loaned Diego Dallo out last season. It's the right decision to loan Brandon Williams out though, because he'll gain more experience and he'll get a lot more opportunities. Williams doesn't really play for us much. He's our third choice left back. Williams made his first team debut back in September 2019. He's made 21 appearances in the Premier League. Williams has got a contract with Man United until 2024. Now there's 2 weeks left of the summer transfer window. Solskjaer has confirmed that he does want to make one more signing. But who's it going to be? Solskjaer's priority is to get a midfielder in, and there has been quite a few midfielders on our agenda. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer spoke out on Man United's transfer plans before deadline. He said any more signings would be a bonus for Man United. So far we have made 3 signings in this summer transfer window. We brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Villa. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, and we brought Raphael Varane in from Real Madrid. Raphael Varane recently completed his first training session at Carrington. We've spent around 120 million so far in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer's been very pleased with our summer transfer business. And we are enjoying a good window because Solskjaer is getting the players he wants to recommend in, and plus he's getting the backing he deserves. I think Man United have got a very good chance of winning the Premier League this season. I certainly think with the signings of Sancho and Varane, they turn Man United into title contenders. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes, and he knows the pressure is on, and he made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites but the title race is open. What a fantastic achievement it would be for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if he was to win the title at Man United this season. But Solskjaer knows this season's a big season for him because he's got big expectations to exceed. Man United must sell some players in this summer transfer window before getting more signings on the board. Like I said, Williams is very close to going out on loan. I think we should offload Phil Jones because Phil Jones has always been inconsistent and he's been out since January with injury and he doesn't get in our 11 anyway. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. Jones has been a long-serving player at Man United. He's enjoyed 10 years at the club. I'd like us to offload Diego Dalot. He isn't good enough, but there again he did well throughout pre-season. Diego Dalot could still be leaving. I think Milan have been linked with him. He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. But not so long ago it said that it's very likely Dalot is staying at Manchester United. I also want us to offload Andres Pereira. To his credit though, did well throughout pre-season. He was out on loan with Lazio last season. Like I said, there's a very good chance we're going to get rid of Lingard or whatever. If we don't get rid of him permanently, we'll loan him out again for another season. Nemanja Matic, I also want us to offload him in this summer transfer window. We're not going to. We could offload Matic next summer or possibly in January. I've got my reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player, plus he's ageing up and he's predictable and he makes mistakes. But he can have his good games. We got Matic for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Matic has been with us for like 4 years now. I'd also like us to offload Anthony Martial, but we're not going to in this summer transfer window because the Telegraph said not so long ago that Man United have got no intentions of selling Anthony Martial because he's part of Solskjaer's plans this season. Stories came out before the start of the season saying that Inter Milan want Anthony Martial to replace Romelu Lukaku because Lukaku has gone back to Chelsea. It actually said we'd have been happy to loan Anthony Martial out as long as Inter Milan agreed to include an obligation to buy in the deal. Inter Milan have done business with us in recent years. Everton also been keen on him. Martial's got 3 years left on his contract. He's under contract with Man United till 2024. He receives £200,000 a week. Martial scored 78 goals for Man United in all competitions. We got him in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. We paid like 36 million pounds up front. Martial's had 2 good seasons at Man United. He was good the season before last, and he was good in his debut season under Van Gaal. And he was out of an knee injury for a while last season, and it looks like Ahmad's going out on loan. I'm expecting some players to leave Man United in January next year, and probably more will leave next summer. Probably Juan Mata will leave next year. Don't forget Juan Mata extended his contract with Man United until June 2022. Victor Lindelof could leave next year. Do you think Fred could leave next year? Fred can play well, but I've also got my reservations about him. We overpaid for Fred. We got him in a deal worth 52 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. And Donny van der Beek, I think he could leave next year if he doesn't get enough starts this season. I'm expecting Van der Beek to get a hell of a lot more starts this season than he did last season, because last season the vast majority of Donny van der Beek's appearances come from the bench. This is Van der Beek's second full season at the club. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Ajax. Van der Beek's got a contract with Man United till 2025. And he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. And Pogba could be leaving next summer unless he signs a new contract. But I reckon now Man United have got a very, very good squad. With obviously the signings of Sancho and Varane. I thought the squad was still decent before they came in, but obviously it's even better now. And if we can get another signing on the board, the squad will be even better. Jadon Sancho, I think he played today in that 3-1 win against Burnley in that friendly that was played behind closed doors. I think Sancho's going to do really well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. Sancho did come on against Leeds at the weekend and made his debut. Before the game against Leeds, his debut was in doubt because Solskjaer admitted that Sancho had been feeling a little sick and he'd only been able to complete 1 full training session. Sancho to Man United was confirmed on the 23rd of July. We got him in a deal worth £78 million, and Sancho's under contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. Raphael Varane, I think he's going to do very well for Man United. Like I said to you earlier, not so long ago, Varane completed his first training session at Carrington. Varane to Man United was official just before kick-off against Leeds. We got Varane for £34 million. There was obviously add-ons included. And Varane signed a 4-year contract with Man United with an option of a further year. And we've doubled his wages. And Varane is wearing the number 19 shirt. Not so long ago, the Raphael Varane announcement was delayed due to the image rights, and don't forget he had to quarantine in Manchester. And last week he completed his medical. But yeah, Varane is our third signing of this summer transfer window. Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. But what a fantastic centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well. I think Tom Heaton, he's a pretty decent goalkeeper. Obviously brought him in as a backup, brought him in on a free. He's got a contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of a further year. To Tom Heaton's credit, he did very, very well throughout pre-season. Dean Henderson, he's a very, very good goalkeeper. He did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. His distribution was good and he kept a lot of clean sheets. Dean Henderson's got that experience behind him because he endured 2 successful loans with Sheffield. He's also had other loan spells before. Before the start of last season, Henderson signed a 6-year contract with Man United. Obviously he's unavailable at the moment because he's been recovering from COVID. I still highly rate David De Gea, despite him making a lot of mistakes in the last couple of years. Obviously we know De Gea is remaining at Man United for this season, because earlier on in the summer De Gea said he decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting place, and De Gea said he's determined to fight for his future. And he did say De Gea was set for showdown talks with Ole over his future after the Euros. David De Gea has been with us since the Ferguson era. He's endured 10 years at Man United, so he's been a long-serving player. This is now his 11th season. De Gea's had around 8 good years. A few years ago he was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world because he's won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. David De Gea has like 2 years left on his contract and he's on £375,000 a week. But when he does leave Man United, I think he will go back to Spain. I can't see him finishing his career with Man United I just can't see it happening. If we was to sell De Gea next year, I reckon we'd get from between 40 to 50 million pound. You've got Wan-Bissaka, very, very good right back. There is aspects of his game that I've got to improve. He's got to show more attacking intent, maybe his crossing's got to get better. But defensively, he's always been superb. Bissaka is one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. This is his 3rd full season at Man United. We got Bissaka in a deal worth 50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. Eric Bailly, he's a decent centre-half. My element of concern about Eric Bailly, though, is injury prone, so in that aspect he is a liability. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Eric Bailly's future has been in doubt following the arrival of Raphael Varane, but I would certainly keep Bailly at Man United as a backup. So if Varane or Harry Maguire get injured, then Eric Bailly is the plan B. Lindelof's there as a backup as well, but obviously I prefer Bailly to Victor Lindelof. I do. Harry Maguire, he's a decent centre-half. Like I've said, I think we're going to get the best out of him now anyway, with Varane alongside him. Maguire's had his good games at Man United, he's had his bad games. Towards the end of last season he was a big miss because he had ligament damage in his ankle. We overpaid for Maguire though, got him in a deal worth 80 million from Leicester. So he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. Luke Shaw, very, very good left back, like I've mentioned. He's going to enjoy a good season. He was our best player last season, was Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's been our first choice left back for a while now. And he still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Telles. Shaw's been at Man United for 7 years, so he's been a long-serving player, and I reckon he's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. Paul Pogba, obviously, he's very, very good as well. Pogba put a very good performance out against Leeds last weekend, got 4 assists. Also should have got his name on the score sheet. He had a fantastic chance but put it wide. He was one-on-one with Meslier. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season Pogba was out with a thigh injury for a while and he sustained some ankle injuries at Man United. Solskjaer is confident that Pogba will sign a new contract at Man United. Pogba's current contract expires next year. Before the game against Leeds, Solskjaer said he was relaxed over media magnate Pogba. Pogba is expected to stay though for this season. Sky Sports said the other day that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer when his current contract expires, and it said he's set to join PSG on a 3. But Pogba's preference is a move to Real Madrid or Barcelona if he leaves next summer. The Independent said yesterday, like updated you on that, PSG are prepared to offer Pogba a £510,000 a week contract to prize him away from Man United. Before the start of the season, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United. Sky Sports said before the start of the season though that Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. Scott McTominay, he's a decent player as well. I think he's going to enjoy a good season. McTominay had some good games last season. His best game last season was a 6-2 win against Leeds by far. McTominay's still young, got a lot of development in him. He certainly needs more time at Man United. He's been part of the club for a long time as it stands. Just after the first lockdown last year, McTominay signed a 5-year contract, so reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. Fred's a good player when he wants to be, but like I said, I've got my reservations about him. Donny van de Beek, he's good as well. I haven't really had much of a perception on him at Man United at the moment. You've got Bruno Fernandes, absolute world-class player. Got his first Manchester United hat-trick last weekend against Leeds. In most of Bruno Fernandes' games at Man United, he's been very consistent. There's been a few games though where he's looked off the pace. Bruno Fernandes has been at Manchester United over a year and a half now. Last season he won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. We got Bruno Fernandes back in January 2020 from Sporting Lisbon. Mason Greenwood, he's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad, despite him going a long period without scoring. Greenwood made his senior debut in 2019, he's been a United player since the age of 7. Last season he signed a new 4-year contract. Greenwood scored at the weekend against Leeds, should have had a couple of more goals because he had 2 good early chances. Greenwood, you can play him centrally and on the right hand side. You seem to get the best out of him wherever he plays. He's not too good though on the left, to be fair, I will admit that. And Edison Cavani, he's made a fantastic impact since he's come in. Cavani's going to leave after this season. Cavani's didn't play against Leeds because I think he has been out with injury. And Marcus Rashford, he's good when he wants to be. But he's endured his bad periods, plus he's become injury prone at Man United, which is a concern. Rashford is out until October. He's got a shoulder injury, don't forget. Before the start of the season, Rashford decided to have surgery on his shoulder. But when Rashford comes back, I think we need to keep him on that left hand side because that's where he seems to be more effective. So there you go. But we have had a good start to the season, beat Leeds at the weekend 5-1. We've got Southampton on Sunday. The preview for that will be coming up probably on Thursday. It won't be tomorrow, it'll be on Thursday, the preview for Southampton Man United. It's our first away game of the Premier League season, but I'm expecting Man United to win, like I say, because I think Southampton are going to really struggle this season. Especially after losing Danny Ings. They lost Bertrand as well, and they also lost Vestergaard and lost other good players as well. And Southampton lost their opening game against Everton 3-1. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments and likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.